I'm Jim Cramer, and welcome to my world.
You need to get in the game.
Firms are going to go out of business, and he's nuts. They're nuts. They know nothing.
I always like to say there's a bull market somewhere, and I promise
Mad money. You can't afford to miss it.
Hey, I'm Cramer. Welcome to Mad Money. Welcome to Cramerica. Other people want to make friends. I'm just trying to help you make a little money. My job is not just to entertain, but I'm trying to teach and educate you. So call me at 1-800-743-CNBC. No matter what kind of day we have in the market, there is one thing, one rule that you must live by if you want to succeed as an investor. You need to have conviction. You have to believe in something and have the confidence to stick with those beliefs even when the market doesn't always go your way, at least in the short term. You know I prize flexibility as a key money-making virtue, that I am all about being opportunistic, not doctrinaire or ideological. But if you have no worldview at all, you know what's going to happen? You are going to get blown out at the first sign of trouble. Of course, you have to be willing to change your mind when the facts on the ground change, or else you'll end up hanging on to losers all the way down, or miss out on some huge rallies. Sometimes you have to change your opinion, sure, but that's not an argument for having no conviction at all. You know what happens when you own a stock and you've got no conviction in it? Yeah, you get blown out. You have no idea what's happening to your stocks or why. No notion of what to do when they go up. Maybe you should cut your losses. Hey, maybe they're going to go down. When they go down, who knows? You don't even know what you own. You might as well be gambling. Maybe you should be playing the lottery. Because without confidence in the underlying investment, what the heck are you even doing putting your money in it? That's why I constantly stress that you have to do the homework. Yes, I would love 1 hour per week per stock in your portfolio. I mean, that's the maximum, okay, if you can do it. So you'll be able to make well-informed decisions instead of getting pushed this way and that with the market's daily gyrations. And it's why you always need a thesis when you buy anything. I'm not talking about big picture, broad sweeping views on the overall market or the U.S. economy, or whether you're a bull or a bear or any kind of mammal for that matter. You can be animal, vegetable, mineral for all I care. As long as you go into every investment with a rationale and are willing to concede defeat if the idea, the rationale, turns out to be wrong. But I know it's hard to develop these ideas yourself, which is why tonight, special show, I'm going to lay out some of the major themes that I think should keep working, not for weeks, not for months, not for quarters, for years. These are ideas that you can always fall back on, especially during an indiscriminate market-wide sell-off that knocks all stocks down, regardless of whether they deserve it or not. When you get that kind of pullback, sell, sell, sell. It's good to have a shopping list that you've put together in a more clear-headed, no battle environment, not when they're shooting at you. A full list of companies you have confidence in so you can buy their stocks on the way down. Scale in. How beautiful is that? First on my list of money-making trends that are not going away soon, not going away anytime, the global food shortage. Something is going to be a problem, unfortunately, for the world, but for years to come, maybe decades. That it's that best kind of problem. It's one that has plenty of stock solutions. This is not a complicated story, ladies and gentlemen. You see it every single time that you go to the supermarket and you get to the cash register. You almost have an aneurysm because that bill has gotten so high. In fact, that's exactly where I noticed it. I went to ShopRite nearby, stock up for a big party, okay? Bought some chips. I got the Doritos, some Lay's. Got a little cheddar, you know, lots of celery. You talking wings. And the drumstick kind, not the shriveled one, you know. Along with tons of Oscar Mayer. Some pigs in a blanket, because I'm not a family guy. Rolls, cold cuts, lettuce, tomato, and, of course, the Cheese Whiz, which we all know is still good even in the event of thermonuclear war. When I got to the register, I tried to pay with a couple of Benjamins, right? Thought it would cover it. But to my eternal mortification, the woman at the cash register says, "Excuse me, sir," obviously not a watcher of the show, "but it's a little more than $300, not $200. My eyes almost popped out like I had, you know, like the cartoon character. My jaw would have hit the floor. And you know what? After frantically looking over what I bought, trying to figure out how the heck I could be off by more than $100, every bit of the overage was either from stuff that grows in the ground or animals that need grains to eat. How does that work out on the stock side? Okay, with food prices up dramatically, farmers have money to spend. What do they do with their money? What does a farmer do with his money? Okay, was he put it in a vault? No. They go buy tractors. They buy fertilizer. They do anything to get more crops out of the same amount of acreage. So how do we play it? I need you to go with what's obvious, like best of breed tractor maker Deere, or the best fertilizer play, like potash. These companies make a killing when farmers around the world are spending. Doesn't mean you should pay up for them at any price, but it does give you a terrific reason to buy them into weakness. Weakness that has nothing to do with this fabulous ag story. Markets go down all the time, has nothing to do with agriculture. Lots of people like to talk about this as some kind of temporary phenomenon that's related to weather patterns. They're dead wrong. The agriculture theme is all about the emergence of a new middle class in developing countries. 3 billion people going from poverty to prosperity. You know what people do when they get more wealthy? They eat more chicken. They eat a lot more beef. And all those cows and chickens that are now being raised for food, they got to eat too. They're much more grain intensive than fruits and veggies. This is not the kind of trend that reverses itself. People don't go back to eating less healthy, low protein diets after they can afford not to. It's not just that they are more of them to feed. They're also eating more grain-intensive diets. That's terrific for farmers, but not so great for anyone going to the grocery store and hoping for a good deal. Doesn't matter. You can offset the higher cost of living by trying to make money in these high-quality ag names, Deere and Potash, businesses that should have multiple years of great growth thanks to the eating habits of this rising middle class in all the developing countries. Sounds too obvious to you? No, don't overthink it. No, that's what bad investors do. This is a global mega trend that's going to be with us for years. Now, there's a point where even a best-of-breed name like Deere gets to be too expensive. But if you're patient, if you wait and let the market give you a good price, you'll almost always get the kind of pullback that makes for a terrific entry point as more skittish investors who don't have a high level of conviction get blown out of everything they own. There are probably 10 times in any given year that Deere is down 5%. That's your chance. The bottom line, you need long-term themes that you can fall back on when the market gets tough. And the raging bull market in agriculture is turbocharged with a ton of staying power. Let's take calls. Let's go to Kerry in California. Kerry.
Jim, great big booyahs from sunny Pismo Beach, California.
Oh, man, are you ever lucky? I'm in dreary Jersey. How can I help?
Well, you can take our rain that we're having, but Jim, today, people are very health conscious, and they want all natural products, and they want purified air that they're breathing, and all. And now you're finding the trendy restaurants all over the world. They're putting in.
Right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh.
That's all right. I was throwing some food. Go ahead.
They're putting in water filtration so that they're taking the regular water that's supplied by the city that's already been filtered, but now they're filtering it even through light and through cold and everything, so that it's very, very trendy and
right.
Very purified. What's your take on this and any companies that you recommend?
Well, I'm doing, I like this Heckman, H-E-K, a little speculative. I don't like Aquamerica. It's had a bit of a move, but it's not aggressive like I like it. I think, how about a little spec on this? We'll play Heck. H-E-K. I think that could be your man. Let's go to Bob in California. Bob.
Jim.
Bob.
From California.
Excellent.
Long time, first time. I appreciate all you do.
Thank you very much.
I've been looking at long-term investment themes. I wanted to ask you about this concept with growing world economies, increasing urbanization, increased consumption, creating more solid waste, e-waste, medical waste, etc. Do you think that waste management in general is a good long-term growth investment theme?
I think it's excellent. David Steiner runs a fantastic company. He's always plowed money back to shareholders. It's been a very good holding. It's got more than 3% yield. I think it's the best play, best of breed in the game. I want you to buy some. Okay, here we go. Long-term themes are so important to fall back on in tough moments in the market. And the global food shortage is our first on our shopping list of trends that are multi-year and not going away anytime soon. Mad Money will be right back.
Miss out on some Mad Money? Get your Mad Money text alert today. Text MM to 26221 to get Cramer right on your phone. For more info, visit madmoney.cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC.